Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 3 to 5 English lesson on sequence of events. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of, actually, we're going to select grade 3 to 5, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of sequence of events. All right. So our chapter is sequence of events. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 3 to 5. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on today under the chapter of sequence of events it is to identify time, order words, and we're going to put the sentences in order. All right. So now, when it comes to time order words, right? Or we're talking about sequence of events. When we talk about sequence of events, we're already talking about things that is happening in order. Right? So we're talking about things that is happening in order. For example, also, not even for example, but I mean, when it comes to sequence of events, Then time order words, right? Because we're first going to identify time order words and then we're going to put the things in order. So when it comes to time order words, it can help you show where things or when things happen. So it basically shows us when things happen. And some of our time order words, right? They tell you that the sentence is about either the past. Some time order words will either tell us that it is about the present or it will tell us it is about the future. And if we look at an example, right, of time order words, it says, we should go to the beach today. So if we look at that specific sentence, what tells us that something is in the present? So if we look at something that tells us it's in the present, it is the word today. When do we have to go? When is something happening? Today. Then we have another word that says tomorrow. We can stay home and watch a movie. When is that going to happen? Tomorrow, which is in the future. Emily recently learned how to sew. So these are all time order words. Soon she'll be able to make her own Halloween costumes, right? So time order words, right? Like I said, it helps you to show where it helps us to show when things happen. It's either today or recently or tomorrow, or it can be soon. And we see that some time order words they either tell us about the present, they tell us about the past, or they tell us about the future. Then also some of our time order words, they do put the events in order, right? So if you, for example, write something and now you want to write things that is happening in order, then it's, for example, saying things like first I I got out of bed. So I woke up and then first I got out of bed. I got dressed next. So what did you do after you got out of bed? I got dressed next. Right? So that is just an example of how they basically, or how let's say, how time order words puts events in order. Another example is Andrew was studying in the library before his test. So before the test, he was studying in the library. Afterwards, meaning after the test, he played basketball in the park. Right? So these are examples of time order words that puts events in order, as well as time order words that shows us that things happens or when things happen, whether it's in the present, whether it's in the past, whether it's in the future. And when we say words like soon, soon tells us it's in the future. Because it didn't happen yet, it will happen soon, right? Yes, I went to school in the past, but now not necessarily went. Let's say, for example, because remember, we're not going to use the word in the past. You need to use words like yesterday. So we need to use words like yesterday, or we use words like today, or we use words like next, or we use words like soon, or we use words like before, after. Can even use words like first, second, lastly, or last, recently, right? These are words that we use when it comes to time order words. So we don't say words like in the past, in the future, in the present. We don't use the word, but your wording that you use, these type of words, will either tell us if it is in the past, or if it is in the present, or if it's in the future, based on your sentence. Because if you say soon I'll be doing something, you didn't do it as yet, so which means that that is in the future. Yesterday is in the past, right? So if you say yesterday I went to the beach, then that is in the past. Today is the present. It is something that you're doing now or today, right? So instead of saying I went to the hospital in the past, you can maybe say last week I went to, let's say, to the hospital, or yesterday I went to the hospital. Or you can even use words like earlier I went to the hospital, or this morning I went to the hospital. That tells us that it is in the past. Words like earlier, this morning, last week, those show, that word shows us that it is in the past. Yes, a week ago. Well done. Because a week ago, that is basically our time order words, because it will tell us when did it take place? A week ago. So well done. A week ago is correct. Yes, so that is correct. You see, so if we use words like a week ago, before, yesterday, today, recently, soon, first, last, and so on, those are time order words. Even if you want to show us that, okay, this is what I did for to today, right? So first, I woke up, right? Or let's say first I brushed my teeth. Thereafter I did this. Next I did all those type of things. Even if you were to say first, second, third, those are also time order. You're putting things in order of how it happened. Yes, yesterday. Well done. Because that word yesterday tells me it is in the past. So even if you were to write a sentence showing either or saying something about tomorrow, then it means that that is going to happen in the future. So well done. So these are all time order words. And these time order words, it shows us when things happen. So well done. It shows us when things happen. Yes, soon I will move, which means that that is in the future. You're not moving now, but soon I will. Well done. Yes. So you see, we use words like soon and yesterday, today, recently, after, before, afterwards. Those are all time order words that shows us when things happen. And without you even having to say in the past, in the present, in the future, without you having to use that word, your time or the word that you use within your sentence will already tell us if it is in the past, if it is in the present, or if it is in the future, right? All right. So now we're going to a plus students.ca, and we're going to the first lesson, which is to identify our time order words. And remember, once again, we said time order words can help you show when things happen. So it can help you show when things happen. And some of our time order words to tell us if it's in the past, in the present, or in the future. All right. So now we're quickly going to look at a few examples, or let's say sentences, activities, and then we're going to our test. It says you need to find the one time order word within the sentence. It says the city of Seaside is going to build a new airport soon. What is the one time order word within that sentence? So, what is the one time order word within the sentence? The city of Seaside is going to build a new airport soon. We need to identify the one time order word within that sentence. Yes, and if we were to select our time order word, then yes, soon is our time order word. Well done. Soon is correct. Well done. All right, if we look at another one, it says, I heard that there will be a full moon tomorrow. I heard that there will be a full moon tomorrow. What is our time order word within that sentence? I heard that there will be a full moon tomorrow. All right, and if we were to select the correct option, then yes, tomorrow, because when will there be a full moon? Tomorrow. Well done. Tomorrow is correct. Let's look at the last one, then we're going to our test. I heard that, okay, this one is basically the same. I heard that there will be a full moon tomorrow. That one is the same as the second one. All right, now we're going to a test where we are going to identify time order words. We need to identify time order words. It says we need to find one time order word. People once thought the earth was flat. Is it once, option one, or was? Once, option one, or was? Which one is correct? All right, and if we were to select the correct option, then yes, once, because when? Once, people thought. Well done. So once is correct. All right, so well done. Option one is correct. The next one says, of the countries on our list, we will visit Egypt third. Of the countries on our list, we will visit Egypt third. Which one is our time order word? Is it on or is it third? Third, on or third? Which one is correct? All right, and if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, third is our time order word. Well done. The next one says, find the one time order word. It says the city seaside is going to build a new airport soon. So the city of Seaside is going to build a new airport soon. What is our one time order word? Is it going or is it soon? Which one is correct? Going or soon? All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, option two is correct. Well done. The next one says, find one time order word. Tommy will go to baseball practice tomorrow. Tommy will go to baseball practice tomorrow. We need to identify the time order words. Is it go, option one, or tomorrow, option two? Go, option one, or tomorrow, option two? Which one is correct? All right. And if we were to select the correct option, then yes, option two, tomorrow, is our time order word. The last one says, do you like to toast your bread before you make a sandwich? We need to select the one time order word. Is it toast or before? Which one is correct? Toast or before? All right. And if we were to select the correct option, then yes, before is our correct option. Well done. That's our time order word. All right, so now we're going to put the sentences in order. right? So you need to put the sentences in order, and we say that we can put sentences in order based on the phrases, right? We also use time order words and we use phrases, because now we're going to look at the phrases and we're going to look at words within that phrase that shows either that something happened before, after, or during, things that happened in order, right? So, to tell a story or explain how to do something, sentences should go in an order that makes sense. Writers, they often tell about events in the order that it happens. It's the same as like if I were to ask you to write me a story, right? You're not gonna tell me about the story, how the story ended before it began. You're going to tell me about how something had happened in order, from how it started until it ends, right? Because you must not need to make it juicy, and you need to tell me, how things happen, what happened, and so on. Right? So that is also how it is with stories. They tell us how things happened in order for us to make sense, or in order for the story to make sense. So now, when it comes to time order words and phrases that make the order clearer, right? So time order words as well as phrases, they make the order of putting things in order, or a story being in order, they make it much more clearer. And it says, we drove to Clarksville last week. So we drove to Clarksville last week, right? So they last week. When we got there, we had breakfast with my grandparents. We decided to catch an afternoon movie. After we ate, the theater was crowded, but we still enjoyed the show, right? So now if we look at all those sentences, right? They basically telling us that we need to put it in order, but by looking at that already, certain words within that sentences or phrases already tell us what is in order, right? So now if we look at, it says we need to put this in order. The National Zoo in Washington, D.C. is home to two panda cubs. 2 years ago, another cub named Bebe was born. The first of the cubs were born in 2013. If we look at these words, right, or phrases, we need to put it in order. So, how are we going to put it in order? So, we can start by saying, firstly, the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. is home to two panda cubs. Then we say the first one, you see the word first? The first cub, the first of the cubs was born in 2013. Then, oopsie, this is number two. Then the third one says 2 years later, means after, another cub named Bebe was born, right? So that is us putting it in order based on the wording that is used within the time order words, right? Or within that phrases. All right, let's look at another one and then we're going to our test. All right, it says here it is jumbled up and then we need to put it in order. Then we decided to see the new Jennifer Lawrence movie. Devin and I decided to see a movie today. We checked the list of movies, but at first we could not find one we both like. We need to put that in order. If we look at that three sentences, right? What do you think happened first? What do you think happened first? All right. And if we were to say what happened first, we can then say, first, Devin and I decided to see a movie today. Then the second one, we can say, we checked the list of movies, but at first we could not find one we both liked. Then lastly, then we decided to see the new Jennifer Lawrence movie, right? That is in order. Yes, so first David and I decided, well done. All right, so now let's go to our test where we are going to put the sentences in order. So we need to put the sentences in order, right? It says, the second twin was born in the following year at 12:02 a.m. on January 1st, 2016. A woman gave birth to twins in San Diego, but the babies were born in different years. The first one was born at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st, 2015. We need to put that in order. We need to put the sentences in order. Is it option one or option two? If we look at option one and option two, which one is first? Which one is the order? Yes, and if we were to check the correct, or if we were to choose the correct order of the sentences, then yes, we'll go with option two because it says a woman gave birth to twins in San Diego, but the babies were born in different years. The first twin was born at 11:59, the second December 31st, and the second twin was born the following year at 12:02 in January 1st. So the second option is correct. Well done. Well done. The next one says we need to put these sentences in order. She started doing gymnastics in 1996 when she was just 2 years old. Ellie Reisman is a world class gymnast. And the last one says 16 years later in 2012, she won 3 medals at the Summer Olympics. We need to put that in order, either option one or option two. Option one or option two. All right. And if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, we'll say Ali Reisman is a world class gymnast. Option two, she started doing gymnastics in 1996 when she was just 2 years old. 16 years later, in 2012, she won three medals at the Summer Olympics. Option two is correct. Well done, well done. This is how we put the sentences in order. The next one says, put the sentences in order. The rain turned to snow by bedtime. By noon, it was much colder than outside. The day started with cold, rainy weather. We need to put that in order. Option one or option two. All right. And then we will, if we were to choose the correct one, we will say the day started with cold, rainy weather. By noon, it was much colder outside. The rain turned snow by bedtime. Well done. So the first one is correct. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on sequence of events. We spoke about time order words and we said that specific words, time order words within a sentence will tell us if something is in the past, in the present, or in the future. It tells us when something happens, right? Without us using the words past, present, or future. Those are time order words. When it also comes to time order words, we can use time order words to put the sentences in order of how it happened, right? And that is also when we call it the sequence of events. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on sequence of events. Thank you very much, grade threes, for, oh, thank you everybody for joining today. I really hope that you do have a better understanding of how sequence of events work, as well as time order words and how to put something in order. All right, so you should have a good evening further, and we will see each other next time. Goodbye. 3, 4s, and 5s. Thank you.